Hello guys, it's your boy Asher here today, and I thought instead of making my usual Minecraft videos, I would do something a bit different today. Basically, I'm a British man, and I like my British sweets, so I gathered a load of British sweets that you find in Britain to review for you today. So, without further ado, let's get on with the video, okay? So, the first British sweet I've got for you today, if I can find it, is I got some porridge oats. Basically, you go up to Scotland and basically the shops is all you get, like porridge shops. You get shops that sell just porridge and nothing else, just like porridge shops. They do well for themselves. And well, I'm going to try some porridge oats. Well, they taste nice, I reckon, with some blackcurrant squash, but that's just one man's opinion, innit? So very nice, very sweet. It's got a little tang to it, but I think on its own it doesn't quite live up to its full potential. I think if you got some blackcurrant squash with that, that'd be for tang, honestly. So without further ado, let's get on to my next British sweet, and that is mature cheddar cheese. Basically, this cheese has been going around. I've seen this about town. It's quite difficult to get hold of. I imported it from Tesco's just up the road. So without further ado, let's get on with the cheese. It's got a nice little crunch to it. You bite into it, and you're expecting it to be quite soft. As you can see, it looks like quite a soft little meal. Actually, you bite into it. You hear that? It's a crunch. Hold on. You hear that crunch into it. It tastes almost like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a very metallic taste. You bite into it. It's very, very sweet. You can almost taste the sugar in it, because I think that's where the crunch comes from. But other than that, it's a very nice product, and I want to thank Cathedral City for supplying me with that. It was a good deed from their behalf. So the next sweet I've got to try for you guys today is basically a carrot. This isn't the whole carrot. This isn't what it looks like. This is just the bottom of the carrot. Sometimes what you can do with this carrot, you marinate it in Coca-Cola or Pepsi. Other companies and other brands are available. But basically, what you do, you get the carrot, you can peel it, you can marinate it, you can grill it, you can fry it, you can do a lot with it. You can mix it with lots of stuff. You can turn it down to a paste and mix it with vodka, whatever you want to do. It's a very substantial sweet. You can do a lot with it. So, without further ado, let's get into this. Nice crunch to it. That's what carrots are all about. And very citrusy. It's got a nice little citrus tang to it. And you know how when you bite into a pineapple, it feels like it's eating back at you? This is how it is. It's good. I would recommend this to anyone who likes, for example, if you're the kind of guy who likes to go to the freezer and get steak and kidney pies, but not cook it, just eat the steak and kidney pies as it is. I recommend this. One of my favourite candies I'll ever try in my whole life. So, without further ado, let's go on to the next sweet. This was a pain in the arse to get hold of. Basically, it's tomato puree. It's basically tomato in a puree. And without further ado, let's go on with the product. Oh, very, very tangy. I did not expect that at all. It tastes of tomato. I think that's one way to describe it, is it tastes like tomato. Definitely like tomato. I think basically in Britain what we do, I don't know about other countries, because I know this actually, this company is actually an Italian company, but tomato puree plants are grown in Britain. and I don't know what they do. They must ship it off to Italy and then get some slaves, because Italy's obviously a very corrupt country and they use a lot of slaves. They bring it to Italy and then they process it, pay people shit money. It's capitalism for you. It's a great idea. But basically they brought it back to Britain, because obviously Britain is a perfect country and there's nothing wrong with it at all. And we have no problems in this country. I get very nervous when I'm on camera. And basically, yeah, it's a nice product. I think it tastes a bit like watermelon. You know, you get those watermelon sweets. That's what it tastes like. It's a very kind of dry paste. It's not a paste that's gonna, like, I don't know. You know how, like, you eat something and suddenly your saliva glands open the floodgates and water becomes pouring in, and you eat the sweet. Okay, so the next product I'm going to eat. The next product is Bisto gravy granules. I won't show you. I've just got the granules in my hand right now. They're falling everywhere, but I reckon it's a very distinctive flavour. Basically, it tastes like if you got gravy, like you get your gravy, and then you dried the gravy out, and then you ground it down into the little granules. That's what it would taste like, I think. It's a very distinct flavour of gravy. Yeah, if you come to this country in Britain, excuse me. If you come over to Britain and you fancy a gravy, what you do is you come to Britain and you buy Bisto gravy, because that's a nice one. But yeah, if you got gravy, dried it out, and then put it down into little granules, you grind it down a little bit. That's what this would taste like, I think. That's a perfect way to describe it. So, the next product I've got is a napkin. Tissue, a red tissue. Basically, how we serve this usually is with fish and chips. At a posh fish and chip restaurant like Gary's up the road. And you get your napkin. You break off little bits. It's quite difficult to chew. It's a very chewy sweet. If you've ever tried Starburst, this is what it's comparable to. You see the red is a strawberry flavour, or sometimes they're a little bit cheeky and they make it cherry. Without further ado, as I said, very chewy, and then you grind it down to a little ball like that. So a little ball, like a little pill, and then you just chew it a little bit. Thing is, these don't have a whole load of taste to them, but when you do, there's a little thing inside it that pops, and the flavour is released. It's great. I could sit there all day long eating a napkin, but it's difficult to come by. Very expensive. So if you've got a posh taste in food, #1 choice, trust me. So, on to the next product. Basically, the other day I went up to Morrison's. I bought a Galaxy bar. So this is Galaxy, but I ate the Galaxy, so I'm gonna have to eat the wrapper. Once again, like the napkin, very chewy. It's very rich, like very rich chocolate cake. But I think you're not really supposed to eat the wrapper. I mean, you can, but wouldn't do any harm. But very chewy wrapper. There we go. That was a nice little product. The next one I wasn't actually going to do. I've got it up on the side, but I wasn't going to do it. But I've thought about it. I've thought deeply into this, and I think, fuck it, why not? I've imported this. Basically, my mate from Sweden, he came over here, and he was like, "Yo, Ashel, what's up? Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, are you okay?" And he was like, "Yeah, the plane journey was a bit of a drag, but that's plane journeys for you." And we talked a bit, and he brought over this really fine product. Basically, it's called water. dihydrogen monoxide, otherwise known as in the scientific community. And basically, what you do, it's fairly easy to come by, but not over in this country. It's quite rare. Basically, what you do, there's a thing called a tap. I'm sure most of you probably know what it is. You probably haven't used it, but you know of it. It's like nuclear missiles. You know what a nuclear missile is, but you've never used it in your life, and you probably would never use it. But it's basically, he turns on his tap, and it's this clear liquid comes out, and it fills up the glass. Obviously, he couldn't spare a whole load, but this is quite a generous amount of water. I'm gonna give this a try, and hope for the best. What the fuck is that? Oh, nah, that is grim. It tastes so bland. It's like, basically, if you've got like seawater, because you know how seawater's salty. Oh, nah. Oh, I'm gonna need to clear the taste. I'm gonna need to clear the taste. 2 seconds. That's what I'm talking about. Nah, that's grim. Basically, if you've got salt water, you know how salt water has that really nice salty taste. It's like that, but without the salt. It tastes fucking grim. Oh, nah, it's grim. Can't be doing that. I cannot be doing that. Oh, so a shout out in this video to George R.R. Martin. This is a House Martell t-shirt. And shout out to him. He's breaking through the ranks. I think at the moment he's becoming very popular. I think within the next couple of years he'll be a big sensation. He's a YouTuber. He releases weekly videos. He does little seasons of them called Game of Thrones. And basically what they do, what Game of Thrones is, if you've ever played musical bumps, I think, no, musical chairs. Basically he makes weekly videos of musical chairs. And basically, you have a round of music. So let's say you've got 8 people in a room. You've got 7 chairs in a circle. You all run around the circle, and you all have to try and get in that chair. Obviously, if there's 7 people, no, there's 8 people and 7 chairs. Someone's got to miss out, so then they have to sit out, and they get executed or burnt or flayed. It's a bit of a laugh. So, I think I had one last product for me to try. Oh yeah, here it is. This is a very expensive product, so it comes in a very fancy packaging. So basically, what this is, it's called a pen. It's called Pen Ink. Pen Incorporated. It's a company called Pen, and its product is Pen Ink, which is obviously Pen Incorporated. Basically, you take off. It's a nifty little thing. It's a nifty little contraption. Basically, you take off this like that, yeah, and then you lift this out of there, like that. You take this, and then you bite it off, and it's got like this little black liquid inside it. Basically, what you do, it makes your teeth go black and stuff, but in the long run, it tastes delicious. It's like marzipan. Your mouth go a bit black, but you can deal with that. It tastes. If you ever tried marzipan, like almond flavour stuff, that's what it tastes like. And you suck on this. It's a very nice product, but I don't want it all to go to waste, so I'm going to dry it out and eat it again. So, look at that. It's nice. So, I think that's all for this video. And yeah, I think my favourite product from this episode will have to be this, because it's a very expensive. It's a rich man's food or drink, however you want to say it. It's very sweet. It's quite tangy. It feels like it's eaten into your tongue. And that is all for today's video. Have a nice day. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe, or neither. I'm not really too fussed, to be honest, but there we go. I need to end the video. End video. What the fuck is it? Fuck's sake. Ah, here we go.